What do you think? I mean, does this look okay to you? I mean, this is our first time doing one of these. We got to get it right. Yeah? You think so? All right, let's do it. Hey everyone, it's Dave and Olive. Thanks for joining us here at Blather. Today we're doing something for the first time. We are doing our first tag. So we've been on BookTube for a while, and we've never done a tag. I don't know what it was. We kind of had like this. We watch tags all the time, but we just had this issue with doing any tags. We've been when we started out, we got tagged a bunch of times for different tags, and we never did any of them. And people eventually just stopped tagging us because they realized that we just don't do tags. And I don't know, it was just kind of like a weird, I don't know, I just felt like I just wanted to review books, and we wanted to talk about books that we bought, but we didn't want to answer or give our personal answers for a series of questions, which is kind of silly because that's what our reviews are. It's our personal opinions on all the books and everything. So I don't know why we always had this thing with tags, but we never did them, and we were actually finally, after all this time, we saw one by another booktuber we like, which I'll mention later. But and we were finally thinking about maybe breaking the rule and doing one, and then sure enough, Pax Panic just tagged us in a great one. This is called the Spreading Some BookTube Love tag, which I think is really a Valentine's tag, but better late than never. So this was started by, the original tag was Bookworm Adventure Girl, which we'll tag below, along with Pax. But this seemed like this seemed like a perfect one to finally break the rule and do our first tag. Just talk about some other booktubers that we love. So there's 13 prompts, and I've seen other people do this just for the purpose of brevity. We're going to limit it to one answer for each prompt. But we watch a lot of booktubers, and we love a lot of people, and we enjoy watching a lot of people that we're not going to mention today. So the fact they're not on this list doesn't mean that it's not somebody that we really enjoy watching. We have a lot of booktube friends and just a lot of different booktubers that we watch. But we don't want this video to go on forever. So okay, so we'll jump right into it. Prompt number, and some of these booktubers, we are interested. We try to be pretty widely read, and so we're interested in all different kinds of books, even though we have our preferred genres. And so for that reason, we also watch all different types of booktubers. So some of these will tend to be in the same general areas, but there'll be some other ones that are a little not maybe not known to some of our fellow booktubers in the circles that we run in. But okay, so prompt number 1: booktubers who inspire you. So the booktuber we're going to name for this is Philip Chase. Philip Chase has really a fantasy books channel, and he's a professor. And so he inspires us for a number of reasons. Number one, because he's basically my age. I think I'm slightly younger, and he kind of he has a great channel. He's gotten very popular very quickly, and he's kind of evidence that us old guys can do this, and people might still watch the videos. So. He's also just incredibly knowledgeable. He doesn't just talk about the individual books. He talks a lot about what fantasy is, and the value of fantasy, the history of fantasy, why fantasy is important. And he is in the process of writing his own fantasy novels. He's working on a trilogy, and so it's you really learn a tremendous amount every time you watch one of his videos. And he also inspires me just because he has about the best attitude you could possibly have. Always super positive, always supportive of everybody, engages in discussions with everybody on his channel, and so he's just an all around great booktuber, and he's kind of the booktuber that. And I think I told him this at one point, but he's kind of the booktuber type of channel that you aspire to have as a young as a relatively small booktuber. So, okay, number 2, smaller booktube channels. So, for this one, we're going to name the smallest booktube channel that we watch regularly, and this is Nymheria. And she has she's not that many subscribers yet. She's relatively young, and her channel is it's a fairly personal channel, and she reviews books, a lot of type of books that we're interested in, but she also reviews movies. She's actually the one that got me to download this Letterboxd app so I could keep track of all the movies that I watched and I want to watch. But it's a different kind of channel, very personal, and you kind of have to watch it to get a feel for what it's like. Okay, prompt 3, booktubers who live close to you. So I don't know where everybody is, but one that I do know that lives close to me is Vin, Revenant Reads. Vin has an interesting channel because he's very into horror, and I believe has a horror podcast. But he's also a teacher, so actually a lot of his channel is other stuff, some classics. He does a lot of history, nonfiction, and so it's one of those channels. It's great to watch to kind of get experience to stuff that's not in my normal genres, which is something that I really like to do because we like to mix it up. Okay, number 4 is booktubers from different continents than you. And so the one we're going to name for this is Bookends and Biscuits. And she's over in the UK. And this is a relatively small channel, but we just really kind of like just the ambiance of this channel. She does mostly science fiction, but she also does just some other stuff like crime and some mystery, I think, from what I remember. But she's very sweet, and she's done like a couple of, like, she had this one video where she reviewed like these really immersive fiction podcasts, where you're kind of like living through the story, and I had never heard of any of these, and it was really cool to see that. I didn't even know these things existed. So, but yeah, so she's got a really good channel, so check her out. These will all be linked below, of course. Number 5, booktubers with furry reading companions. This one is near and dear to our heart. To be honest with you, Olive made the final call on this one, and the booktuber she wanted to mention was AV Reads. Olivia over at AV Reads, who has multiple furry companions, but the one that really makes the most appearances is Daisy. And she has a great channel. Olivia's very widely read, and so she talks. She's a very fast reader, so she reads a lot and talks about books in all different genres. And she's just like she's one of these booktubers. She's just like the sweetest thing. Like when you watch her, you kind of just like she's just like so cute. You just want to like pinch her cheeks, Like she's like really puts a smile on your face when you're watching her. So we always enjoy watching her videos. Okay, so prompt number 6: booktubers booktubers with whom you've buddy read or group read. So for this, we haven't done a lot of this. We previously have only quote unquote buddy read one book with one other person. That was with Juan, and we totally messed that up, and that was a total failure. So we're gonna do another one in the near future, though. But The buddy read that we are about to start is with Mr. Morningstar. Now, Mr. Morningstar has a great, really unique channel. His channel is all. Mr. Morningstar is not on the channel himself. He talks while he uses a lot about the books, while he uses a lot of audio and visuals, and he creates some really amazing presentations. The very short, very stimulating videos. And one thing that I was thinking about mentioning separately, but now would be a great time, is there was this collab that like was not even designed as a collab, where Nymheria, who I mentioned for prompt number 2, had read a poem that she wrote. And Morningstar took that poem, just after the fact, took that poem and put it to his visuals and audio. And it was just the most amazing thing. I'm gonna link Mr. Morningstar below, like all these other ones, but I'm also gonna link that specific video because you really should watch it. It was like a really powerful short little clip, and it was amazing. It's just one of those things that was like amazing. Like there was this amazing product out of something that was never intended to be that, and it just, like, Nymeria had just read this thing, and then Morningstar just took it and ran with it, and it was just a great unintended collab. Okay, number 7 is subscribers, commenters who don't have a BookTube channel. And so I think he's going to laugh because he's already been mentioned by several other people who have done this tag. But this is Caleb, and Caleb, I hope I'm pronouncing your last name right. Caleb Hirsch, I think Caleb has been the most active non-booktuber commenter on our channel. So really appreciate his supports and his support and all his comments. Okay, booktuber, and number 8 is booktubers newer to you. And so this booktuber is very new to me. We just started watching him not that long. I don't know, maybe a week or two ago. Whenever Pax did her tag, whenever she did this tag video, because I learned about this booktuber from Pax Panic. And this is Tea Time with Tracy and Violet. And Violet is Tracy's furry companion, and so I've only watched. She's new to me, so I've only watched a few of her videos. So she seems to review some things that I'm interested in. Seems to do a lot of like dark romance stuff, which is like not stuff that I would normally be into. But I don't want to speak for the whole channel because I've only seen a few of the videos. But from what I've seen so far, I just really like her style, because she's really she's not like exuberant, right? She's very measured, but she's a sweetheart. She's always wishing everybody all the best and everything. But she has this sort of dry wit when she's talking, and it's my kind of humor. I don't even know if she's trying to be humorous all the time, but like I really enjoy watching her and all of her videos that I've seen so far, and I really end up chuckling at various points throughout them. So she's definitely a new one that I was excited to find. Okay, so number 9, booktubers who read different books genres than you. So for this one, we're going to say Simon over at Savage Reads. This is probably the biggest booktuber that we have on this list. And Simon's one of the ones he was one of the first booktubers that we started watching when we barely knew what BookTube was. And he is really one of the ones probably that really kind of inspired us to go on to this journey. And he's a reviewer in the UK, and what I like about Simon is, number one, he has very unique personality, which we love, but he also reads all the books that I wouldn't normally shop for. Right? He reads a lot of books that are based out of the UK. that I never would have discovered over here in the U.S. if it wasn't for him, and some of which, I mean, we have loved, have been our favorite books. And he also reads basically, we read a lot of like, kind of like in sci-fi, fantasy, some horror stuff. And this is like the one area that he really doesn't read. He reads a lot of other, basically all the other genres of fiction. So he kind of sells us on these things that are just not stuff that we would normally go looking for. And again, I mean, we found a number of really great books that we've reviewed on the channel, and we actually did a while back. We did a British Blather month, which was pretty much all books that had been from Simon's recommendations that we had loved. So yeah, we really enjoy watching his channel just because we get these recommendations that we never things that we would have looked at. BookTubers, number 10, BookTubers who have similar tastes. Okay, so for this, we're going to say Leslie over at the Nerdy Narrative. So Leslie's channel, in terms of the subject matter or genres, whatever you want to say, is I feel like is very much like ours. She does a lot of fantasy and some sci-fi and horror, but she likes to mix it up with all other types of things. She'll do some classics and graphic novels, and and she'll read anything, even though she focuses in those areas. So, and that's basically what we do. And she reads like probably 3 times as much as us. I mean, she reads a lot, but she's I never. Every time I'm watching her videos, I want to read everything that she mentions, like literally, and like, so I'm never watching one of her videos where I don't want to read every book that she's talked about. And so like I can't even watch all her videos because it just makes me want to buy more and more books. So that's that one. Okay, number 11. We're getting towards the end. BookTubers with great original tags. So for this one, we're gonna name one of our favorite booktubers, if not our favorite booktuber, who did create a tag that was probably going to be the tag that made us break the no tag rule if PAX hadn't tagged us for this one. And this is Michael K. Vaughn. And he recently did one called the Outstanding Science Fiction Tag. And we were seriously thinking about doing that. We probably still will. But then PAX tagged us in this one, which is even better because we get to share the BookTube love. So, but Michael has a great channel. He posts almost every day, all sorts of videos. Always, I've sang his praises before, so I won't go on and on, but just always entertaining, always educational, and so watch Michael almost every day. And okay, so BookTube projects you join or follow. So for this one, I think this is the right answer for this. I'm not exactly sure what's included in BookTube projects, but I assume like a monthly read-along or book club counts. So for this, I'm going to say Juan over at Plagued by Visions. And Juan has this, he calls it Visions of the Month, that we're part of, and we try to read most of those. We did a video on this. There's a little confusion about whether Visions of the Month is actually a book club. I think at Olive's insistence, Juan is considering it a quote-unquote book club now. As you can see, we discussed this in the video, which I'll link at the end of this. But yeah, so we're really glad to be part of that monthly book club. And we've read a number of great books, and yeah, definitely going to keep going forward with it. So we're really happy to be part of that project. And the last one, number 13, booktubers who can always put you in a good mood. And for that, we're going to say the person that tagged us, Pax over at Pax Panic. Pax, you cannot watch, I never miss one of Pax's videos, and you cannot watch her videos without having a smile on your face. Pax is so just so positive about everything. She is so excited about being a booktuber. She was so excited about talking about other booktubers. She is always so excited to talk about whatever books she's reading at the moment or that she's reviewing. And she's just always super excited, always super positive. You can't not be in a good mood when you're watching one of her videos. I literally every time I'm watching one of her videos, I have a smile on my face. She's always but she meets the definition of this prompt. Always puts you in a good mood. Okay, so that's it. So the last 14th prompt is tag some friends. So the first one that came to mind was Crystal over at Fiber Artsy, but then I remembered that she already did this tag because she mentioned us in the tag, so which was very nice. So, but that's okay because we also wanted to tag Emily Terry, and she posts a lot. She has a great channel, very supportive booktuber. Does pretty much horror, but yeah, very sweet, very nice channel. And so, Emily, you're tagged. I don't think you've done this yet, so but you don't have to do it if you don't want to. But I'd be curious to see what your answers are. So that's it. We're really excited to do our first tag here. Really excited to spread some BookTube love. Like I said, a lot of BookTube channels that we love that we didn't mention today, and but you know who you are. I mean, we watch your videos, we comment, and even if we didn't mention you today, you know we love watching you. So that's it. Go check out all these channels. They'll all be linked below. They're all awesome. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell so that you get notified the next time Olive says it's okay to upload another video, which is going to be very soon. We have a bunch. We're really backed up. We have a bunch to post very shortly in the near future. So, all right. We'll see you soon, but in the meantime, take care of yourselves and each other, and we'll see you next time.